Okay, good evening, everybody. This is we're going to start. This is Intimate Theater in the Round again. It's 7:10. I want to thank you for coming out in spite of the tornado watch and the thunderstorm warning. And if we hear sirens, Mr. Berman will lead us to safety.
About the safest place you can be, right here in this building.
There you go. So we're good to go. So we do have a quorum. Thank you all for coming. Thank you so much. Welcome. We have a lot to go through this tonight, and then we're going to have PTA elections, and we'll do our required thing, and then we'll turn that over to our PTA Nominating Committee, and they'll take it from there. So first, you have the April minutes. Just ask you to take a look at them. We'll give you a few minutes to look at them, read through it. If somebody needs a copy, we have them right here. And if somebody has any questions after you look through them, we'll answer them. Anybody need more time? Anybody need more time? Anybody have any questions on the minutes? Great. Motion to approve? 1, 2. Thank you so much. The monthly treasurer's report, take a quick look at it. We had income of $86,3950. We had expenditures of $32,121.11, including our big item, $27,481 for the 2 carts and 66 Chromebooks. Yes, we're very excited. That's actually going to be placed in next year's 2018-2019 budget because of the shopping window of opportunity closed for this year. But Mr. Berman assures me as soon as it opens up again, we'll put the order in and we'll have it ready for September. So we're very excited about that. The 4th Gala results. We have unofficial results. It's about $14,000 profit this year. About $14,000 profit this year. Again, the final numbers are not in. It's a little bit less than last year, but there were things going on this year. It was a transition year, and so we're already thinking about what to do next year and how to get more participation, as well as more corporate stuff coming in. And that leads me to my update for the PTO, which is the nonprofit. I spoke to the attorney today, and he's on track. With that PTO, we have to change our bylaws. So there was 26 pages. I just take a look at them. They will be posted online if we can, because the headline is going away. So these are the new bylaws. I'm going to go through them very quickly. Usually it would be like we would have the different changes in the columns, but there's a wholesale change in bylaws because we're going to a PTO, so there's some corporate stuff that has to be included, and so we had to dovetail all the DOE stuff along with the corporate stuff. So it was just too difficult for me to do column changes, but I do have some items in here that I wanted to just show you. Term limits is 5 consecutive one-year terms. And we do that not because I or anybody else wants to hold on to power. We do that for institutional continuity. Okay? We don't have as much participation as I would like, but especially with the PTO, we don't want to get to the point where we stop complying with the requirements and then lose it and then all the work goes away. So once you get a team in place, you really want to be able to have that team there for as long as possible. And if the team is not working, really, it's easy enough to get 10 people together and decide on we want to challenge somebody. And, the truth of the matter is, if someone is really not doing their job, it's easy enough to get people who are angry to come in and say, listen, we don't want conflicts of interest section, which is brand new. It's toward the back. It's Article 9. That's new. And what that does is that's a requirement for the nonprofit record retention policy. And this lists all of the different things that we're required to have and how long we're required to keep them. It will be posted, and we're not voting on the bylaws tonight. It requires 2 meetings. The first meeting, we kind of discuss it and talk about it and let people know, and then we vote on it on the following meeting. So if anybody wants their own personal copy, I will be happy to email it to you as a PDF. You can go through it line by line. If you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer it. And please come back. Please come back next month so we have a quorum so we can get this done. So we can have it go into effect July 1st with our school year, our new. Any specific questions? Any general questions about the bylaws? Anything?
The advantage of being a nonprofit.
Okay, so now, in the past, we've tried to get donations from Disney and Marriott and stuff, and they would give it in to pretty much whoever asks. Now, they're checking to make sure that you're a designated nonprofit. So you have to have an EIN, and that EIN is on file with the IRS. And what they do is they check, and I tried to get Disney stuff today. They said, I'm sorry, sir, blah, 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 your EIN number is not on the IRS website. You can't, we cannot contribute at this time. And more corporations especially are going to go to that because it's just so easy now to check. The IRS has a database, and every legit nonprofit is supposed to be in there. And you can go online yourself, and anybody can check any nonprofit to see if it's a legit nonprofit. So it's kind of like, I tell people, it's like when the IRS started requiring Social Security numbers for dependent children, a lot of kids disappeared back in the day, you know. So it's the same thing. You know, a lot of people who said they were nonprofits really weren't, and so they really weeded out the people who were not totally legit. So you want to be totally legit. And we also have the opportunity then to file for grants. Now there's a lot of competition for grants, but that also is something that we can look into, and we can research it and see what we would be eligible for, and we would be eligible for a little bit more as a nonprofit as no. Yes? Anything else? The budget for next year, which is on this one here. This is the budget for next year. And it's not really a budget in the traditional sense of showing how much money coming in and money going out. I kind of refer to this as like, this is like the maximum authorized amount to spend. Okay, this is what we approve for next year going forward, and if we have to spend more than this amount on that particular item, we have to come back to you and we have to ask for permission. It's a budget forecast, that's what it's called, okay, budget forecast, yes. But we're not showing forecasted income.
Forecasting for spend.
Forecasting spending, yeah. But we're not spending $174,000, right? I mean, we don't really get to that number. Something to work for with our new nonprofit. But I do want to point out some things that we are committed to, important things. The IO classroom subscription is brand new. It is replacing Headline. It's also going to be a text messaging system that's going to replace the phone messaging system. So that's $7,500. I throw in $500 there just for cushion. We're committed to that. We're committed to the books. The incoming 6th graders get organized at the writing book. That's almost, that's a chunk of change as well. Those are things already out of the box that we're already spending. Planners are, how much?
55 for the second.
55, 60, yeah, it's a lot of money. And, you know, the same way that the voice messaging system is anachronistic and that's going by the wayside, replaced by text. You know, when we all decide that we're not getting the bang for the buck for the planners, we could decide on that as well.
We could spend elsewhere. And perhaps maybe we want to just look at that for example, maybe just the 6th grade. You know, do one grade, because they'll need the most help being organized.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it's sort of a double-edged sword, because some people really use that planner. And again, you know what, if you want a planner, you want a planner. You know, doesn't mean that, you know, we've got to spend $5,600.
How many Google Chromebooks would that be, right? I mean, that's,
Quite a few. Started hard.
Yeah.
I think usually we use the reader, and then I get to throw in the teacher agenda, the planners, they have like a lesson plan book. I think we're going to get, my guess is that we're going to get a mixture of opinions, that some people really want them, and others are not. So I think maybe, I'll inquire, but that's my guess. So what I foresee is probably doing one more year of the planners for everyone, and then sort of maybe trying to wean people off. Once we go on pupil path to see how that's working with parents, families, and kids and so and let's certainly inquire about getting something.
We'll table that for next month, do some research, and we'll give an update next month. Senior dance is June 6th, the evening of June 6th at Encore. That's going well. We have a DJ. PTA put down a deposit for that. The graduation, June 22nd, Friday at Ford Theater. That's on track. PTA is going to pay for a photographer to take pictures as your child comes across. Gets the diploma from Mr. Berman. He'll look out, take a picture, and those pictures will be on the photographer's website that parents can download free of charge as a gift from your PTA. I hope to videotape the graduation again. Last year we had technical difficulties last year. We got the One Academy ABL. We got some beautiful performances by our ABL students who were performing, but unfortunately the other files were corrupt. Hopefully I learned from last year, and we'll be able to have the entire thing up and available for everybody as well. We had some wonderful success with the talent show and also with the play, the musical. We have 600 hits on the PTA's YouTube channel. Each of those, I think people are really excited about it. The kids really like going on there and seeing their friends. So I'm very happy with the response. Got to get some of those people in here, but we're getting, yes.
Not those, really loud.
Yeah, so people do care, but they just care from their living room, which is okay. That's the Amazon.com society that we live in, which I get. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Berman to give his official principal's report, and he'll fill us in whenever he likes. And then we'll turn it over to the nominating committee for the election.
Haven't made a lot of PTA meetings this year, I apologize for that, but it's good to see you. I imagine it's going to be on Facebook or?
On our YouTube channel.
YouTube, so I guess this will be my YouTube debut.
This will be. You have a good shot at it?
Thank you first to our PTA for a spectacular fundraiser. May the 4th fundraiser is terrific. Kim, thank you for all of your fundraising chair efforts. I know it doesn't happen without you and your team, and it really was a great event, not just because I won 2 really cool baskets, but I know people had a really great time, and it seemed like we really had a full house, so that was great. I don't know, honestly, I don't know what to do better. I mean, you can't really fit many more people in here and have them be comfortable. So, and I think to go somewhere else, I know, we lose a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
And but that's really what it's all about. So I thank you. The PTA raises a lot of money over the course of the year. We need it. We have expenses that a lot of other schools perhaps don't have. I think one of our big expenses really are the air conditioning units that we have in every single classroom throughout the school. That's one thing we don't really have to worry about, is having kids overheating and being uncomfortable in a classroom for, May and June and September, and sometimes even into October. If you think about it, it's a pretty big chunk of time, and it can be very, very uncomfortable, as you know.
This year we were lucky because we got the air conditioning replaced, we got replaced from the DOE, but I don't think next year we're going to have that same thing. So
We got 4 units from the DOE this year. Unfortunately, they were from places that didn't have air conditioning units that didn't have electricity. So they're coming to install them. They haven't done those yet. So there are a couple of places that didn't have electricity or air conditioning. Not many, and they're not big classroom areas. We do need a couple. I know Peter's putting together a list for the air conditioners. I know Mr. LaBella mentioned the Chromebooks. We're on track. Really, we made a bit of a bump. This year we had hoped to have really one-to-one computing going on in the school, wherever a student went, they would have access to a device, whether it was a Chromebook, an iPad, a laptop, or what have you. So this way you don't have to give it to the kids and have all of the host of problems that you get when you give kids devices. I left it home, it's not charged, it got stolen on the bus, I dropped it, whatever. It's not necessary. Whatever classroom you go to, there's a device for you. So we were on track to have that done this year. Mr. LaBella's been with us. Some of the money for that project was taken and allocated for a previous project that they said they didn't have enough money for. So we're short 5 carts this year. So, when we do the 2 that we got this year, that's not inclusive of that. So we're still short 5. Next year we'll make them up. NIA has been really great partners with us. They purchased a couple of phone book carts, and they purchased some more MakerBot 3D printers and keyboards for tech labs and for the flight simulators. They spent a bunch of money on that. They're also investing about $15,000 in these really cool microscopes for our science program, both during school and after school. I wish I could tell you more about it, because I'm waiting for him to send me the link to see exactly what they do. But that should be really cool too. So I do thank you for all of your fundraising efforts, not just the gala. I know it takes a lot of time and raises really a lot of money in one shot. But all the fundraising throughout the year.
PTA is great.
Bake sales and really everything.
And we have,
So,
to your point, we have pretty good participation when we ask for donations, voluntary donations. We
Yeah.
got pretty good participation.
yeah.
And so, people are happy, they do like what we're doing. We do ask for not an insignificant amount of money, and people usually come across. So, sometimes it's frustrating just to stay here and not have the crowds that you want, but I think that means, people are happy, people are not upset, because when the masses with the pitchforks are outside the castle, that's when you know that there's a problem. And if you don't have that, then, we must be doing something. And that's Mr. Berman and the APs and the teachers and everybody.
That's my report. I'm sticking to it.
Thank you, sir. Now I just want to turn it over to Ms. Vicky Nanis for the entertainment portion, also known as...
By the way,
Matthew and I are going to open the floor for any nominations for the executive board, so if anyone's interested in the president, vice president, recording secretary, or treasurer position, please let us know. You are KerriAnne, correct? Does anyone want to run against any of the people that we have listed here on the paper that you got for the board elections? No. Okay, so let's open the floor for the first motion to keep Mr. LaBella, Vito LaBella, the president for next year. Anyone want to second that motion? Am I on the right track here? To keep him?
Oh, yeah, keep it. Okay.
I have not done this before, so I'm not
Got too over with it.
presumptive as to what I'm doing. Yes? Okay. Vito. Our second is Vice President John Neria. He's right there. So John is running as Vice President, so are we good with that? Are we seeing that? Okay.
Doing great.
I did. Does anyone want to run? They're running unopposed. Okay. Our next is Chun. She's running unopposed as well as recording secretary. Does everyone second that motion that she continue in this position? Okay. And treasurer, we have KerriAnne Scalia running as treasurer unopposed. Does everyone agree with that? And second that motion? Yes. Okay. There you go.
I will help you any way I can. To continue.
Okay, so congratulations. This is your executive award for the 2018.
I want to thank you, Vicki, for taking care of that for us, and I want to thank Matthew for his many years of service.
I'm done, but not forever. Okay? So I'll stick around
Good.
in case anybody needs me. Okay?
Well, we'll see you at next year's gala.
I'm open for it, and next year bring my wife to it.
Does anybody have any questions, anything to add? I think we are good to go. We have a motion to adjourn. Somebody?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Thank you all for coming. We really, really appreciate it. 2018, 2019.
Yes, sir.